Hi Planner Loves. I'm going to try to film this video really quick because I don't know how much memory I have. This is Athena. She was got at Office Max. And I don't know the actual name of the binder. It just said Master Plan with Starter Set on it. These are my two storage binders. They were just binders that I had already. This was my old business planner binder basically, and I just had daytimer inserts in it. Now it houses the overflow inserts from what's inside of Athena, and then it also has the starter kit that came with the Franklin Covey. I think I'm going to use these for next year, and I'll tell you about how. They're probably going to be my Mary Kay calendar, which you'll see. And then this is also more inserts. This is May and June in here because they just don't fit. And I don't have March. I only have April in there. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to wing it. But this is the inside. Okay, so I have some ollie clips here in there. I have some Post-it flags, a Post-it note in turquoise. My whole office is basically white and turquoise. You can see some of my sticky notes there in the back. In this pocket, I have some Mary Kay. These are just smaller catalogs that we have. These are my cleaning zones from when I had my A5. And then in here in this pocket, there are some, what do you call those? They're from Avery. They're the labels, the color coding labels. Oh no, actually I'm a liar. These are thank you notes and a satin hand set from Mary Kay. My color coding labels are in my Franklin Covey macaroon. I moved them in there. So these are just some pictures of my husband and I. This little photo holder came with the Franklin Covey. And on the back, I have another picture of us. These are just some to-dos that I had. When I didn't have my inserts, I was just using the note paper. So in the beginning, the first thing that you see, this is my Mary Kay calendar. So this has everything that has to do with Mary Kay, pertaining to Mary Kay. I write it all down in here. I just do a calendar view. And that pretty much works for me as far as where I need to be on a certain day. This is a menu planner, and it's a shopping list on the back. This is going to be used, basically I'm going to do every Monday of the month. I'll have something for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Every Tuesday of the month, I'll have something for breakfast, lunch, dinner. So this will basically go in every single week. And I have a little tab here so that I can see it. And basically that'll help me get to my week as well. And I will use this bi-monthly because this shopping list is on the back of every single spread. And I don't need a weekly shopping list. We go shopping bi-monthly. So I'm going to do it like that. And then we get right into April. I don't have inserts for March. I ordered a daily quarterly pack for April, May, and June. And in June, I will order the 7 Habits daily pack from July to December. So that's what I'll use for the rest of the year. That's the one that I really want. They didn't have an April start for the classic size. So I just decided to go with this for now. Monthly view. This is going to be basically for schoolwork because I am taking a medical billing and coding class and it is self-paced. So I have to plan out everything myself. I'm my teacher basically. So I have to set when my assignments are going to be due, and I have to make sure that I get it done all by the deadline of the class. So there's no deadline as far as what lessons are due when, but the entire course has to be completed by May. So I have to make sure that I stay on track and that I'm not like in the last week of May trying to complete 50,000 assignments. So I have to keep track of that. I will also keep my regular work schedule in here outside of Mary Kay. Any doctor's appointments that I have, any appointments for my cats, anything my husband's doing, anything in life that's just not related to Mary Kay. I just like to keep my business separate. And I'm pretty sure we've all seen the lovely Franklin Covey inserts with the personal task, business task, the index, and then the 2 days per page. I did start writing in some things that I want to track already. And I'm just playing around with it and seeing how I want to use it. I'm really excited to have this much space on a layout. I went from 2 weeks per page in a horizontal view to 2 days per page. So there's a lot more space than I'm used to, but very excited to use it. My next tab is my finances, and I ordered the financial pack from Franklin Covey. And I don't have everything in here because I don't have a need for everything. Like, there's an investment tracker. We don't have any investments at the moment, so I didn't leave that in. But I am leaving in the monthly budget worksheet. I left in enough for a couple of months in here, not all 12 months because it's just not necessary. And then we have the expense tracker. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use this. I may use this for something else, not to actually track expenses, because we don't micromanage our expenses like that. We leave money in the account for bills, and then we take out the cash. And we pretty much know how we're spending the cash. It usually goes to groceries and whatever my husband wants and whatever I want, and gas for our cars and things like that. So that's pretty much how that works. We don't have any kids, so we don't have to superbly micromanage anything in that sense. But there are a couple of months of that in there. And then we have the bill tracker. This is going to be interesting for me because we have a huge calendar that I put the bills on, and it sits in my husband's office so that we can both see it because his office is open. And so seeing it in a sense like this, where it's going to be with me 24/7, is going to be interesting for me, but I'm happy to try that out. And then there is a debt elimination schedule, which is pretty awesome because I am working on paying off my private student loans at the moment because they are my smallest ones, and my federal loans are consolidated, so I'm not really worried about those right now, but very adamant about paying off my private student loans. So I think that's what I'm going to use this for. And then there is a place for you to track your bank accounts, which is also helpful for us because I have business accounts, I have my own personal account, and my husband and I have a joint account. And we also have an emergency fund. And I know that seems like so much, but it really helps us. It's really bad for us to have money all in one place. That's how money gets spent unwisely. So we have our money in different places, and some places are a little bit harder to access. With like our emergency fund, we can't just go to the bank and pull out our emergency fund. Like, there's a process that we have to go through in order to get it. And I set it up like that on purpose. So that's just where you can keep track of that information. And then we have a yearly income and expense tracker. Again, I'm not really sure how I'm going to use this. This isn't something that I am too concerned with, and maybe I should be concerned with it. I'm currently listening on Audible to a book by Nicole Lapin called Rich Bitch. Excuse the language, but that's the title. And she's very into things like this and keeping track of where your money is. And I mean, I guess I should just listen to her because she knows what she's talking about. So I'm going to give that a shot. And then we have the automobile information and service section. And this is all in the financial pack, which is crazy because I didn't know I was getting this much, and I'm very pleased. Personal property record. We're probably just only going to list our cars because that's all we really have. We don't have anything else. Like, we don't own art or anything. So it's just be an extra place to list the information for our cars. And then we go into the annual summary and of our business expenses. And the cool thing about this is that at the end of every single month in the daily 2-day per page, there is a business expense tracking. And it's like mileage and all these things. And this is pretty awesome because I usually let the app do it, but it's also nice to have it on paper, you know, so that, you know, just in case the app crashes or the app didn't record things correctly or I can't access it, when tax season comes around, I can use this. And I'm very apprehensive about taxes because being in Mary Kay, you are basically your own boss. So I have to keep track of everything myself. Like, I'm not at the level yet where I have the luxury of having an assistant or an accountant, so I am everything. So the next section is goal planning And that's pretty self-explanatory. I think I'm going to separate it into 2 sections and have it separated in like just, I don't want to say career in school because they kind of go hand in hand, but I do have some school goals that I want to work out. And then being that I am already working in the medical field and that's the career that I want to be in, I do want to separate those 2 goals. So as far as like new jobs that I want to pursue, and also I want to separate my Mary Kay goals because that's a whole completely different career field. So basically I'm in 2 career fields right now and I'm in school. So keeping my options open. And this is also for Mary Kay. This is a client file. I work with brides a lot. And so this is where I will be keeping individual bridal information. I tend to keep this separate from my everyday Mary Kay customers just because my brides require more information, or I require of myself to put more information down for my brides. I need to know more things about them. I have to have information on the bridal party. And sometimes that can be a bit cumbersome to input each individual person into my Mary Kay database, and then to have to individually click on each person to write notes about them. You can make groups and stuff, but it's a lot of work, and typing takes longer than writing in my opinion. So I just wanted to just be able to have one bride's name and her whole bridal party here, and all the notes about what's going on with that bride and her bridal party right here on one page. And that's what this whole section is right here. And then I also have a contacts list back here, and I never keep the contacts list for my planners. I always throw them out, but this time I actually think I'm going to keep them. And I might use this for my brides as well. Not 100% sure, but I definitely think I'm going to use this in some way, shape, or form in reference to my Mary Kay business. I will figure it out, but something is telling me that they need to stay in, so they will stay. Oh, I don't know what that was. Somebody's doing car stuff outside of my house. There's extra menu planners in here. Then I just have some lined note paper. I have extra dividers in case I need to do some dividing for some odd reason. And extra bookmarks. And then back here are some stickers that my mom gave me actually of Tinkerbell because I love Tinkerbell. This is tracing paper from Moleskine. I still haven't found a purpose for that yet. And then these are just some labels. I haven't decided whether I'm going to actually label my tabs yet or not. Just because sometimes I'll change things around and I don't know if I want to make those types of commitments, but I've left them in here just in case. And there's a notepad in the back. I am doing a digital declutter this month. I have to declutter all of my notifications on my phone, my inboxes. I have to unsubscribe to many emails. I have to delete old emails. I'm reaching my limit on my Google Drive. I have to get rid of a lot of stuff. This is a Fisher Space pen. I like this pen because it's I dropped it. Okay. It's basically smudge proof. It can write on any surface. It can write upside down. It can write on grease. It can write on wet paper. If you write it on, there's a certain type of paper called Write as Rain, or the all-weather notebook. And I know about this because I'm an EMT and my husband's in the Army. But if you write on that paper with this pen, if that paper gets wet, the pen, like the ink stays on the paper. So it's just a really good pen in general to me. It doesn't have the best, to me, this isn't cute. It doesn't make my handwriting look the best, but you know, it gets the job done and it's not that deep. And I also use a Pilot G2. I usually like to use the 05, but the 07 were the only ones they had in these cute little patterns, so I just grabbed a pack of 07s. And I think that's pretty much all of my planner. I know I sped through that really, really fast, but I didn't want my phone to die, and I also didn't want to reach my limit on my battery. On my storage. Yep, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you liked my planner setup, and if it changes, I'll repost, and thanks for watching.